Oh my lord,
Just breathe, you don't have to talk immediately. Gotta try that.
Oh my lord. I'm like choking. Oh wow. Hello everybody and welcome to Don't Sweat It, the show inside a sauna. I'm Jen Kramer. I am here with my awesome co-host, Andrei Jikh.
What's up?
And the talented and lovely Norma Geli. Hi.
Every question will get hotter and hotter. We'll start at level 1, and by level 5, the heat index will read what feels like 500 degrees Fahrenheit. Can our guest make it all the way till the end? Stay tuned and we'll find out. Hi Norma. Welcome.
Hello, welcome to the show.
Thank you.
Thanks for joining us.
Thank you for sweating it up with us.
Oh, I am so nervous.
You got this.
It'll be fun. Norma, for everyone who doesn't know what you do, please tell everyone what it is you do.
So I am a Las Vegas YouTuber. So my videos are all about things to do here in Las Vegas, where to eat, where to drink, how to entertain yourself, anywhere from the Strip, downtown, and local spots.
That's awesome. So all of the best places to visit, specifically in Vegas, is what you cover.
That's correct, yes.
You make videos about all aspects of Las Vegas. You make videos specific to, or if you're having a girls' weekend, or if you're coming out to Vegas and you're looking for things to do that are kid-friendly. I mean, you have all different themes of videos that you cover, which is really cool. How did you first get into creating Vegas content on YouTube?
So it actually all started because of quarantine. So I actually was not sure if I was going to get my job back, which at the time I was doing concierge at one of the strip hotels. And then, you know, quarantine happened, everybody got let go. And then you're just at home watching TV all day. You know, you're watching so much YouTube. So, you know, you're bored all day. And I remember the roommate that I had at the time, I told her, I was like, you know what, let's go somewhere. And she was like, what do you mean? Like, I'm like, okay, come stay with me. And I would put my Napa trip onto YouTube, and we would watch a whole bunch of that, and then eventually just got into other cities, so forth. And then I got into Las Vegas, and I started noticing that the videos that I wish were there were not. So, you know, there was wine involved, and my roommate suggested, well, why don't you do it? She was like, you're a concierge, you know a lot about Las Vegas. So I was like, yeah, you're right. And literally that night I grabbed a pen and paper and I wrote out 50 video ideas.
Wow, so, 50 video ideas.
50 video ideas.
Wait, back up. Hold on. You said you were afraid of losing your job. What was your job before you did YouTube?
It was concierge.
So concierge for, are you able to say?
Yeah.
Let's say on the Vegas Strip, right?
Yes.
Yeah, and what was your job? What was it that you did as a concierge?
So concierge is all about selling fun, in a sense. So you're selling show tickets, dinner reservations, tours, limousines, if you want your bedroom set up with like flower petals, champagne. And then also you are just supposed to know everything. So even if you don't know, you better find out.
Okay.
So it's almost like you have to love Vegas to be able to, first of all, know everything, and then be able to give good recommendations.
Right.
That makes a lot of sense. And I've noticed also it seems like it's a tight-knit community of YouTubers who are creating content about Las Vegas. And it's cool to see that you've collaborated with other YouTubers. So I'm curious, as somebody who loves Las Vegas, as somebody who loves YouTube, how do you first connect with other people who are making similar content? How did you guys meet each other and start collaborating?
So we hit each other up. Like, for example, the first person who ever hit me up was Jaycation. He does exactly what I do, but for San Diego. And he does Vegas content as well. So he hit me up when I was like at 20,000 subscribers. And then eventually I met people like Pomsey, Jacob's Life in Vegas, and a whole bunch of other people. And yeah, we all like start becoming friends. And we kind of like to hang out because, you know, it's not a lot of people that have the same title or like job, which is YouTube. So I can't just talk to a lot of my friends about it. And they're not going to understand when I say like, oh my God, my analytics and my RPM, and it's a 9 out of 10. Like, they don't know what what that means. So it's kind of cool to be able to have that community, to be able to talk to each other and bounce the ideas off each other.
That's a great point. Most friends would be like, a 9 out of 10, that's great.
They're like, no, that's horrible. I am crying right now.
And many people watching might know this, but a 9 out of 10 in YouTube analytics is not
Norma,
great. You want it to be 1 out of 10.
Hold on. How did you transition, though, from being concierge to being a full-time creator? Because it feels like when people say when you start YouTube you should niche down and pick a very specific topic, so you picked specifically Vegas, which seems like such a, I think on the outside, such a limited I guess, niche sort of subject matter. So how did you transition from a full-time job, which, by the way, are you able to share how much you were making as a concierge?
Yes. So I don't know what it is now, but I did $17 an hour as a concierge, plus tips if anybody did tip you, and then commission.
Oh, wow. So you get commission for selling services and, oh, wow, interesting. What was the commission? Is it percent based or?
I think, I don't know. They actually wouldn't share that with us.
Okay.
But it would be pooled.
Okay.
It would,
pulled from
the whole
community. Got it.
Interesting.
Interesting. So how long did you do YouTube for before you realized, wait a minute, I could do this full time?
Let's see. So I started YouTube May 2020. I quit my job May 2022. Oh my God, 2 years. It took me 2 years to do it. And that's
2
just because,
years.
yes, because here's the thing. Like, I started YouTube May 2020. That was my very first video. And then I didn't go back to concierge until late August. So even though I went back, you know, we were still very slow. And I used to be full-time, then I went down to on-call. So sometimes I wouldn't go back to work for like a week, 2 weeks, something like that. So it would take a really long time. So I was like, okay, I mean, while it's, you know, before I get back to full-time, let me keep on doing this whole YouTube thing.
Sure.
And then by the time I got back to full-time, I was too deep into YouTube. I'm like, I'm not going to quit YouTube now. Like, it's actually going really well.
Right.
No, it was funny when I met Norma, which was actually ironically through Angelo, my roommate. He introduced me to Norma. And for the longest time, all of our friend group was encouraging Norma to quit her job so much earlier than she actually quit. And it took her forever to finally get the courage. Or I don't know what it was. What was the final decision making process? But you were at your job for so long. And it was funny because YouTube actually surpassed your income at your full-time job long before you quit. So what was that kind of decision process? Was there a specific thing that happened?
There was actually. It was kind of a lot of things all at once. So yes, before I would say like, no, I don't want to quit concierge because I'm in the community. I wanted to become president of the concierge community at one point, like the one here in Southern Nevada. It just, for a long time, I was doing, you know, both jobs full time. And I felt like I couldn't do like good work on YouTube because I had my 2 days off. I would go film, I would edit, and after work, even I would still just go home and edit. And I felt like I had no time. I felt like I had no life. And then it was actually a very specific video that made me quit.
Oh.
So there's this video called Vegas Nightclubs 101.
Okay.
So in this video, I interviewed about 5 different people. So, and, you know, interviewing 5 different people is a lot of work. And I wanted to have like a really cool montage at the very end of the video. But because I was, you know, working at my concierge job, I felt like my editing time was very shortened. So that video specifically, I had to like do it very basic, and I didn't have time for that montage.
Right.
So I was very disappointed that I couldn't get that montage in.
Right.
And it's funny, at the same time as I'm editing, I'm getting my hair done. That same morning, I'm getting like phone calls from my manager, phone calls from like other people saying I have like contracts and you have these sponsorships I want you now. And I had to move out at the same time. Like,
Jeez.
I had to move to the place that I live now. So I like, I just exploded.
Right.
I literally like, on all that happened again in the morning. I was on my way to get my haircut appointment, like everything done. And I started bawling in the car because I was like, I can't do this anymore.
Yeah.
So, because I just wanted to do a better job at editing and being more creative. So
You had to pick one or the other.
in a sense, yes.
Yeah.
So first I did ask my manager at concierge if I could, you know, work 3 days a week or what could we do. It was a corporate job. They said no. So I was like, these are my 2 weeks.
Dang.
Wow, which takes a lot of courage to do. It's true. But I can see how that feeling of overwhelm could push you to say, okay, look, this isn't sustainable. I need to figure out something that can, you know, make me feel like I have balance in my life and I'm not being stretched in all these different directions.
Well, with that said, let's go to level 2.
Level 2.
You ready, Norma?
Yeah, okay.
Yeah, okay. It's like Vegas now in the summer at level 2.
Sure. Inside your car.
Yeah, inside your car. Yeah, that's exactly right. after it's been sitting out there for like the whole night.
Yeah. Oh man, Lord.
It is squeegee time.
It was fun. We've gotten some comments about anti-fogging spray, but secretly, I kind of love squeegee time.
There's anti-fogging
so
spray?
Apparently, it's a thing.
Why haven't you told me about this?
Motorcyclists use it.
Really?
But, I mean, to sacrifice squeegee time, I don't know.
Man. So Norma, before we talk about your actual content, because it's super interesting to me, all the cool things you could do in Vegas, and I'd love to have people hear what your recommendations are. How much money, are you able to share how much money you make from YouTube nowadays? Give us a range, give us the specifics. Like at what point did you cross over and it made sense financially to quit your job? Because that's a huge move.
Okay, so I think the reason that I said, okay, it's fine for me to quit my job is because of the sponsorships. So again, remember I was saying that morning I got a phone call from my manager saying you have sponsorships.
Yep.
I had gotten one new sponsorship, and then my manager told me, hey, this sponsor wants to sponsor you for 5 months. So to me, I was like, oh, well, that's a good thing. But then at the same time, I was so mad because I couldn't,
Sure.
do good
because
work for
technically you had two managers. You had your job manager, you had your brand manager.
My brand deal manager. Correct.
Right. Okay, so you had a 5-month brand sponsorship.
Mm-hmm. I think that was a reason why I felt it was okay.
Right.
Right. It gave you a certain sense of security that you knew, okay, this is a commitment over the next 5 months.
Yes.
Did you have any money saved up at that point?
Oh, yeah.
With could you share how much, what was your emergency fund looking like? You can give us a range. It doesn't have to be specific or, for example, for me, before I quit my full-time job, I did it really horribly bad because I didn't really have a big emergency fund. I only had roughly $15,000, of which $10,000 I spent on cameras, on a laptop, on some lighting. And at that point, I probably had $5K left in my bank account. Now, I had a brokerage account that was worth roughly $180K at the time, but that was my I will never touch money. So that's what it took for me to quit. But I'm curious how different people manage their emergency funds before they're like, okay, I have enough cushion.
I think I would say I had about 50,000. Because,
50, okay,
yeah,
that's awesome.
pretty much the way I lived is whatever money I would make off of YouTube, sponsorship, whatever it was, I don't touch. I kind of basically don't.
Yeah.
Well, I guess I can't say I don't touch it anymore because now that's where my money comes from. But yeah, while I still was working at concierge, all my bills were paid by concierge, by my concierge job.
Right. And then YouTube, you just kind of saved.
Yes, YouTube, my sponsorship deals, anything like that.
And nowadays, what does your CPM, I guess, look like?
Oh my god, I'm more familiar with RPM.
Okay, let's
which
go
I
with
think
RPM.
Like
so revenue per mil, revenue per
Yes.
1,000 views. To anyone unfamiliar, RPM. So there's CPM, there's RPM. CPM is clicks per mil or per 1,000, and then RPM is revenue. So that's after YouTube's cut.
Yes.
So,
yeah, I don't really look at CPM because I'm like, I'm not getting that anyway.
Yeah,
so,
that's true.
But my RPM, my average now is $10 per mil.
Okay, that's awesome. Yeah, so different industries have different RPMs. But yeah, $10 is pretty good actually, because your CPM must be 15 to 20.
Probably about there, yeah.
That's really good for travel content.
Is it? Yeah, I've seen like some vlog channels make like 95 cents.
Oh, wow.
Like RPM. I'm like, oh my Lord.
That's crazy. Yeah, so you must have a lot of sponsors and a lot of people fighting for your space, advertising Vegas content, because you have that crowd that wants to visit Vegas and drop some money. That's a valuable crowd.
Yeah, I do think, I mean, at least the ones that I at least say yes to are the ones that kind of have to do with my niche. Like, for example, I have Vessi as one of my sponsorships.
Yeah.
So they're shoes. They're supposed to be comfortable.
I've got a couple pairs. Yeah, they're great.
So, in Vegas, it's all about walking long distances. So I feel like, okay, that fits.
Yeah. Is Vessi going to give us a cut? Just waiting for Norma to give us our cut. No. That's awesome. That's really cool. So CPM, okay, so we got your RPM. What about your sponsorships? Are you able to give us a range of how much?
I think my lowest sponsorship I ever got was like $1,200. I think my highest was about $3,500.
Okay, that's awesome. And that's for a minute integration or for like a full video? Or?
No, I haven't done a full video. I've only done, I think it's like 60 to 90 seconds.
Yeah.
The longest one was 2 minutes.
Oh, okay.
I remember there was one company that wanted 4 minutes, and both me and my manager looked at each other like, what? Like, at least for, you know, for videos, I feel like 4 minutes is a long time.
Oh, that's a hugely long time. Yeah. That's an eternity in video world. Yeah. Oh my gosh.
Yeah.
You know, something that I'm curious about too is people come to Vegas for so many different reasons. It feels like so many people end up coming through Vegas, and it's always great to reconnect with people. It's one of my favorite things about being in Vegas, and especially doing the show in Vegas, is I'll see people who I haven't seen in years. I'll see a friend who I haven't seen since we were 7 years old at summer camp, and then another friend from college, and another friend from...
Didn't you recently
all these
post a video
different
about
areas.
some guy you went to high school with?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Absolutely. So all
Wow.
the time, I mean, people come to Vegas for so many different reasons. I'm curious, for you, a Vegas expert who's explored so many different areas of Vegas, things to do in Vegas, what are some hidden gems for people? Some things to do in Vegas that people might not ordinarily know about, or that might not really be well known? I'm sure there are so many, but are there a few that come to mind as just little secret things, interesting things?
Before you tell us, we got to go to level 3.
Level 3, moving on.
It's the cliffhanger. Was that all right?
Let's do it.
All right.
This is where you start mouth breathing.
Yep.
I've been mouth breathing the whole time.
Yeah.
Since the start.
I've been mouth breathing my whole life.
My whole life, I'm just a mouth breather.
How are you doing so far?
I'm okay. They told me that I shouldn't like wipe my head or my forehead because it's not good for you. But then like I feel like my sweat's getting into my eyes right now. So.
In my case, my forehead is my head. All right. How you feeling?
I'm okay.
What are your top spots in Vegas, like Jen was asking?
Maybe
Okay.
hidden gems. Like
Hidden
people
gems,
might
yeah.
not
Hidden
know
gems.
about.
Okay. So at least like my favorite ones, and these are ones that I have actually shown on my channel. So for example, over at the Venetian Hotel, they have a place called La Macaron, which everybody passes by. It's like a little macaron shop. They sell like ice cream, macarons, coffee, stuff like that. But what I think is special about it, if you kind of pass by, you'll see these stairs that take you into like this bridge where all the gondolas pass by.
Oh,
and
yeah.
a lot of people don't know about that. So I do see families that go there all the time, like couples especially. Like, because it's kind of romantic, honestly.
Yeah.
Like, you know, you think you're like in Italy, all the gondolas
That little
are
bridge,
passing.
right?
Yeah.
Yeah,
Mhm.
yeah.
Oh, my Lord. It's like going in my eyes.
I've always called them macaroons.
Macaroons.
I don't know what the right
I call
pronunciation
it
is.
macaroons too. I've always called it macaroons, but wouldn't that have 2 O's? This is Le Macaron, just 1 O.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
I don't know. We have to settle this debate. Is it macaroons or macarons? Macarons.
Le Macarons.
Yeah. All I know is that they're delicious and they're like $2 a piece. Every time I've had one, I'm like, well, there goes $2 in my mouth. They're so
But
expensive.
they're good, though.
But
They're so good.
Yeah,
They're
they're so good.
delicious. Absolutely.
But yeah, I think that's like a really good place for like, for couples. And even if you're by yourself, like just a place to get away,
Yeah.
whatever it is.
Right.
And then also, if you kind of want to get, you know, out of the strip a little bit, I always recommend Gorilla Pizza.
Okay.
So it's a place called Hard Hat Lounge. It's over by Industrial, which is not a touristy place at all.
Mm-hmm.
I know you can technically walk it from the Strap, but I wouldn't recommend it because it's kind of a shady area, especially at night. But they have like my most favorite pizza,
Interesting.
pretty much. Yeah.
That's
It's-
cool.
it's
Is
super
it
good.
better than the hidden pizza at Cosmopolitan?
Oh, absolutely. Well, this is Detroit style,
okay.
but I will take that pizza over the secret pizza at Cosmo any day.
Right. Oh, that's interesting. What about the pizza place we went after? That one place we went. I forget what it's called.
Oh, the
At
one at the Palms?
Yeah.
No, I still like this one better.
Okay, that's
I like
fair,
Gorilla
that's
Pizza
fair.
better. So.
That's fair. Okay, well, if I want to go gambling, what is your favorite go-to casino to recommend to people?
I don't know. I don't gamble.
That's good.
I don't. I really don't.
I don't
mean,
either.
technically, I've gambled once, and it was because we were doing a live stream on Jacob's Life in Vegas,
Yeah.
and he gave me his money to gamble with. I'm like, okay, I'll do that. And it was only slots that we played, and I won $265 on the Crazy Rich Asians
Oh, yeah.
machine, and I really love that movie. I think it's like freaking amazing.
Yep.
And since I'm up, I feel like now I can never gamble again. At least not on that machine because You know, it has good memories now. I don't want to lose a whole bunch of money and now like the movie's tainted.
Yeah.
You want to quit while you're ahead.
Yeah. But besides that, I really don't know. I mean, I don't know anything about minimums. I don't know which one has good minimums. I don't really know anything.
About gambling,
so
sure.
yeah, and
No, it's good.
gambling
It's
advice
good. It's
is-
good
yeah.
not to gamble. Graham and Jeremy are actually big time gamblers. Funny enough, yeah, they're huge gamblers. And ironically enough, John Chu was the director of Crazy Rich Asians, and Now You See Me Too. So I got to work with him, which was super cool. He was a super cool guy.
Very
Shout
cool.
out to John Chu. Yeah. Okay, so no to gambling. What about your top 3 favorite places to eat? Let's say I've never been to Vegas, and I'm like, I have the budget for 3 places. I'm staying here for 3 nights. What are your go-tos?
So I think one would be Mon Ami Gabi at the Paris
Oh,
Hotel.
I love Mon Ami Gabi.
Yeah,
it's so
It's
good.
fun.
So few reasons. It's besides that, it's really nice inside.
Yes.
I mean, you have a dining room area that you can choose from, which is kind of like dark. It's kind of romantic.
Yep.
You have that little, I call it greenhouse area,
Yeah,
but
yeah,
it's like
yeah.
a greenhouse. So if you still want to feel like you're outside but not have to deal with the weather, that's really cool. If it happens to be nice outside, you can sit on their patio area, and it's not that expensive.
It's not.
Like a steak is probably about $35, which on the Strip, I've seen steaks go like into the hundreds.
Oh, sure.
nowadays.
And you're getting some of the coolest views in the whole city,
Yes.
where you're seeing the whole Bellagio fountains, which is
It
so
beautiful.
cool.
The last time that I went there, it was actually for a video, and it was like 9 a.m. I was sitting out there. I was actually right by like everybody passing by. And so many people would like stop and like say hi and take pictures. And then people that saw me in the restaurant actually ended up sending me like a creme brulee.
Oh,
Like, so I didn't order it. They sent it for me. And
That's
I was
nice.
like, oh, that is so good.
Oh, nice.
how often do you
That's
get
so sweet.
recognized?
I
Every time you
want
go
to
out?
say every time, yeah.
Every time you leave your house? At least
Yeah.
once?
Yeah, and like it's
Wow.
funny. One time I tried specifically to not get recognized, not because I didn't want to. It's just like I was in such a hurry.
Yeah.
So I had like my gym clothes on and I had a hat on.
And a ski mask.
And, yeah. And no, I just had to like go to the Strip. I had to get a really quick shot and I had to like leave and go.
Sure.
And I still got recognized.
Oh,
Wow.
wow. Well, I guess you could always go incognito as Norman.
Yeah, that's true. Yes, that's actually true. When I dressed
Yes.
up as Norman, which if you guys have seen my channel, that is I call him my twin brother. You know.
Wait,
So
who's Norman?
Norman is so it's just
Oh, this is
me
so great.
and I just dress up as a guy.
Oh.
So I did it in a video called Brocation or Guys Trip to Las Vegas.
Sure.
Great video,
And-
by the way.
It's
Great
really, yeah, that
video.
one was a really fun one to film. But yeah, I went to this makeup lady and she drew a beard on me. She drew eyebrows. She gave me like a bunch of freckles. And I just wore guy clothes and I wore a backwards hat. Not once did I get recognized that day.
Wow. No
And
way.
It's funny because in that video, it was all YouTuber guys.
Right.
So all of them got recognized except for me. So at one point you would have thought like, oh, let's look at everybody else who's in there. And I think maybe when they looked at me, they just didn't connect that I was Norma.
Mm.
Do you think you'll ever do a video in reverse where they dress up as their sisters?
That would be cool actually. I don't know if I could get them to do that, but if they would agree to it, yes. Yes, that would be actually really fun.
That's fun. No, the only time I remember getting recognized specifically, and I was like, I don't understand how anyone could have recognized me, was the moment I got off a plane. I'm like running to get home because I'm exhausted. I have my cap on, I have a mask on, I have like a giant bag, and I'm just like sprinting it. I'm booking it. Like, oh, Andre, gotta take a picture. I'm like, how did you recognize me? I'm like wearing glasses. I look nothing like I do in my videos. And he's like, oh, I saw you post an Instagram story that you were at an airport. I was like, oh, wow, that's crazy. What are the odds, huh?
Well, you've got the secret. All you have to do is dress up as Andrea.
That's right.
And then you're
That's
all
right.
set.
Oh my gosh,
Fly under the radar.
gotta try that.
There you go.
Oh my gosh. Okay, so top 3 restaurants we got covered.
Oh,
What
yeah.
about the club? I'm not a clubber. I don't go to clubs. I've been to a couple times in my life, I want to say. And every time I've gone to clubs, I don't know why. I don't know what it is. I just don't enjoy myself. Even when I went with great company, I've been in amazing booths, like right behind super cool DJs. And I guess it's because maybe I don't drink much. So I'm not a clubber. But if some people are, do you recommend any cool clubs?
I think it all depends on the type of music you want to listen to.
Okay.
So, for example, I mean, at least my personal favorites are going to be Excess, Omnia,
I've been to Access, so that's the one at the Wynn, right?
Yes.
Yeah, that one was a cool one.
Yeah, I like Omnia because of it has 3 different rooms. It has a really big room with the amazing chandelier.
That's the moving crazy chandelier.
Yeah, that one's, I think that one's really cool because even if you're by yourself, you could just like sit there and like, ah.
Yeah, that's cool.
Yeah.
What about Hakkasan, the one at MGM? Is that...
I haven't gone to Hakkasan in a while, but that one's cool too. However, though, yes, I do feel like it's about who you're with.
Yeah.
Right.
So I do have like friends that are in the club industry, so if they invite me to be a part
That's
of
fair.
like their table, I'm having fun. And I personally don't like to get drunk at the club just because I don't want to get thrown out. I don't want to get 86 from the club or the whole hotel, you know?
Right.
And I want, at least now that I'm in the public eye, I don't want to look bad in case someone does see me or recognizes me.
Yeah.
Or I just don't want it to be where, oh, Norma's crazy, we're not going to invite her anymore. So I behave. I literally just sit there, I have my drink in my hand, and I people watch. I'm not twerking up against the walls or whatever it is.
You don't?
No.
Can't be the only one. No, true story, though. True story. Norma and I and Corey, my girlfriend, we went out to was it a club or what would you call it? It was at the Wynn. It was a really nice place. It was themed as, what was it?
Oh, so it was a
Great Gatsby.
Yeah, it was a Great Gatsby club at Intrigue, which is no longer a club, but
Okay.
it's still, like, it was a club venue at once.
Yeah, no, it was a really cool venue, super cool party. We go there, we sit down. There's industry people everywhere, and there was a bottle per table minimum. And I remember we're looking at the menu, and I'm looking, and the cheapest bottle there was $600. And I'm mind blown. I'm like, wait, is this like, what's the size of the bottle? And I asked Corey, I'm like, is it like this big? Because you know, like those bottles that you've seen that are like massive. And she starts cracking up. She's like, no, it's just a normal size bottle. And I'm like, $600? That's insane. So I didn't know this, but yeah, alcohol at a club is apparently insanely expensive everywhere. That's crazy. $600.
I know, and that was technically cheap.
That's
Nowadays, like
That's
you have
wild.
to, when you go to a club, you have to do like $1,000 minimum, and that's
Oh my
probably on a
gosh.
Thursday in the back. Like there are tables that go for 8,000, 30,000, you know, whatever.
How do
it
they get
is.
away with people paying that?
I don't know.
Who's paying that?
High rollers? I have no idea.
What?
But there are people who come to Vegas and have no problem spending all that.
That is insane. Do you think it's more of just people kind of showing off their wealth and they're just spending their cash, or do they feel good spending that money? I know I wouldn't.
I don't know. I mean, I'm not rich
Yeah.
like that, so I
Sure.
have no idea. But yeah, I mean, you do get, you know, the privacy of your own table.
Right.
They make you feel very important from not just like, you know, the servers, but it's your host. He treats you like royalty.
Right.
If it's your birthday, your picture will be up on the screen. They'll come with like when they bring the bottle, they'll come with like the signs, whatever it is that you
that's
wanted
right.
to say.
I've seen that with little
Yeah.
sparklers. What is that all about? Is that just someone buying a big bottle, or is that all?
So from what I know, at least it depends on the minimum. Like, so some places they'll be like, okay, you'll get that if you spend this much money,
Oh, I
or
see.
there's a package where it'll come with this bottle, this, and then it'll come with a presentation.
Okay.
That's what I know of.
Interesting.
I know every club is different. I've had it before where they did it free for me because I was just that cool with the VIP host.
Okay.
Got it. That makes a lot of sense.
We should take Graham to one of those clubs and spend $600. He would have a heart attack.
I would have a heart attack spending $600. No.
Me too.
One of the things I love about your videos is I love how you're able to showcase all of the different sides of Las Vegas, especially as Las Vegas is continually changing, because I think Vegas is a city that changes so quickly. So what direction is Vegas heading in? Like, what are we going to see more of in Vegas? What trends are you seeing?
Jen, as you were asking that, what popped up in my head was our state flower. The traffic cone. It's always changing.
Yeah.
Yep. State flowers popping up. That's construction 24/7 in
It
Vegas.
really
If you've
is.
ever been in Vegas, it's in every street. I feel like there's construction all the time.
I'm not gonna lie. I literally feel like last night I went through so much construction. I was like, I feel like this is the most construction I've seen my whole time I've been here in Vegas.
Really?
It's so much, yeah.
Okay.
But
What's
yeah.
what's a nightlife? thing?
Okay, non-strip thing, I guess. I have noticed that there are, well, besides more casinos popping up throughout the like the local areas. I have noticed, like, I think I haven't been to it yet, but there's this place called the Uncommons that apparently is coming up. So they're trying to get more, I guess, just more local spots going on. I know Chinatown is a really big thing here. Right. Like, if you're a local, you have to eat at Chinatown, like, all the time. But no, that they have amazing restaurants
I was just there today. Can attest. Chinatown's the best. It really is.
Yeah.
I love Chinatown.
It's true. Andre brought these great hot dogs. They were half mozzarella, half hot
Korean hot dogs. Let me tell you, Korean hot dogs. They're half mozzarella, half sausage, and they're dipped and battered and chili sauce, and they have like sugar and ketchup. It's the best thing ever.
Yeah. No, I've had those actually. They're so good. They're so bad for you.
They are so. It is the one food where, as I'm eating, I'm like, I'm gaining weight right now. As every bite,
I feel my stretch marks.
Yeah, every bite. Oh, that's amazing.
I do my show at Westgate, and a couple things I love about Westgate. First of all, the history. I think it's really cool that it started as the International, opened in 1969, became the Las Vegas Hilton, now is Westgate. So there's a lot of interesting history there.
Like Elvis stayed there.
I think is unique. Yeah. Elvis did his residency there. And
you showed us the room, which was like this 20,000 square foot crazy room.
Yeah, so he lived in the penthouse, which was then renovated in the 90s. Now it's the Sky Villas, and it's spectacular.
It's insane.
Unbelievable.
Yeah.
It's really, really amazing. Have you gotten to spend some time at Westgate?
I have, actually. I really like their sportsbook.
Yeah, they have an
It's super awesome.
Book.
I just tried their steakhouse.
What's a sports book?
A sports book?
Yeah.
It's like this big area with huge TV screens, and you go and
where
you
they
bet on sports.
Oh, that's cool. That's what it's called.
Yeah.
Got it.
Yeah. Have you been to, this is really cool, they call it Super Karaoke at the sports book. So you can go and do karaoke on Thursday nights at Westgate, and as you're singing, it's up on the big sportsbook screens.
Wow. So everyone could see you and how embarrassing you sing in mass. That's fun. What's a go-to show, you would say, besides, of course, Jen's magic show at the Westgate? What?
At the Westgate, playing every Friday, 5:30, Saturday, Sunday, 3 p.m.
Get your tickets now at www.
Ticketmaster.com. Fun for the whole family.
What's your favorite shows?
I have a whole bunch. So I really like The Beatles Love.
Oh, such a great
over
show.
at the Mirage
Such
Hotel.
a great show, yeah.
Amazing
Hopefully
show.
they keep it when it becomes Hard Rock. But yeah,
Yeah.
that's like my favorite Cirque du Soleil. Spiegel World is like, they have a few different shows. My personal favorite from them is Atomic Saloon.
Oh,
Atomic Saloon, it's you guys have seen Absinthe, right?
of course.
Yeah.
It's probably my favorite show in
amazing.
Vegas.
Yes,
show.
but imagine like the crudeness, the vulgarity times 10.
Oh,
It's worse.
at Spiegel World.
At Atomic Saloon,
Atomic
the one
Saloon,
at the
God.
Palazzo.
That's the one I haven't seen yet.
It's so good.
What's the?
It's so
that would be
freaking
fun.
good.
Well, what's the Cosmo one? That
Opium?
Opium's and then
Opium's like you're on a spaceship or something
yeah.
like that.
So I would say Absinthe, Opium, Love, Ka. I love Ka. Ka is such a good show at the MGM.
It is, and when the stage goes 90 degrees, I mean, that's incredible. The
Fun
stage
fact:
really-
it's the most expensive stage ever built.
I
It's
bet.
over $100 million
wow.
for that stage. Yeah, it's
that
insane.
stage and the O stage.
Yeah.
The O
Being
stage
this
is so
pool
cool.
with levels,
O is also-
unbelievable.
yeah.
It's flat. It's like a stage 1 second, and 2 seconds later, it's a whole pool.
Okay. All right. So before we get into level 4, the question we have is: what are some free things to do in Vegas, like free attractions that you like doing?
Free things.
Yeah.
Okay. Let's see. There's so many. So besides going to the Bellagio fountains.
Are you ready?
Oh shoot. Okay, go ahead.
Level 4. Here we go.
Level 4, here we go.
Oh my lord. I'm like choking.
Oh wow, level 4.
How do you feel?
You're doing great.
It's fine.
You don't even look sweaty. I don't
What do you
understand.
mean?
You look fine.
You really are doing great.
Do I look sweaty, guys? I do hot yoga, so maybe this helped me prepare a little.
I do too, but it does not help me at all.
No. Okay, free things. So Bellagio Conservatory, Bellagio fountains. I'm getting dizzy. Let's see, the volcano at the Mirage, Ethelem Chocolate Factory.
Ethelem,
They have a garden over there
It's more
too.
of a family-friendly thing.
Yeah.
Yeah.
The little flamingo habitat that they have at the Flamingo Hotel.
Mm-hmm.
That's definitely one of them.
Downtown Fremont.
The Viva Vision.
Yep.
Yeah, that one's really cool too. I can't think. I have a whole video about this.
Well, how about, I am curious because you've seen Vegas go through different eras. Remember when Vegas was going to be like the real family destination?
Oh, yeah.
And now there are still great family-friendly things to do. like the show every Friday, Saturday. But
it ties back.
All
of it ties back to magic.
But do you see certain trends popping up in Vegas that you see like, okay, this is the future of Vegas, like this is the way you see Vegas going?
I definitely see it in the culinary world. Like so many like what's it called? Celebrity chefs are coming through here.
Yeah.
What else is coming through? A lot more concert halls.
Yeah,
for
sure. We're getting a giant VR ball Cova Lane. That looks really cool.
Yeah,
I don't know what it is.
sphere.
It's this giant sphere that looks like it's going to be the craziest VR thing ever.
Yeah, I have no idea. But yeah, that one's really cool. Man,
Well, I would say that's enough cool things. Let's go to level 5.
Level
no,
5.
we still have another level?
Yeah,
Oh,
and
my
at level
Lord.
5, Norma, we have 1 minute in here
Okay.
where you're free to talk about anything you want, promote
Good
anything
Lord.
you want.
Okay.
Ready?
Okay.
I'm not ready.
Level 5.
Just breathe. You don't have to talk immediately. This is going to hurt.
Ay,
All right, congratulations, you've officially made it to level 5.
Dios. Okay.
Okay.
You know it's getting real when there's Spanish involved.
I know.
Ay, Dios mío.
Ay, my mama.
El calor.
Oh, my nachos.
My nachos.
Go for it, Norma.
Okay.
Talk about what it is you want to promote.
Yes, where can people
What do
find
I want to
you?
promote? I mean, watch my videos, please, once, twice.
Subscribe to Norma's
Subscribe,
channel.
share to your
Yes.
friends.
It's amazing. If you ever
Thumbs
go to
up.
Vegas with your friends, with your family, Norma is the channel to go to
Yes.
for all things Vegas. And
She has amazing recommendations.
yeah,
Yeah.
including the magic show at the
Hey.
Westgate if you want to see magic.
Thank you.
Yes. I am trying to do more videos that are more acted out.
Yeah.
Like, so it's like when a family comes to Vegas, instead of just here's 10 things to do, I want to pretend to be the mom, pretend to be the
Yeah,
teenager.
that's
Like,
cool.
I want to
Like
do more.
really fun.
Skit based.
Yes, exactly.
Yeah.
More acting out for sure.
And then maybe more than just Vegas at some point.
Yeah, for sure. I mean, I can't stay in Vegas forever. I mean, like I'm going to go like out of town this weekend to just go see my sister. I don't want to go. I love my sister. I love my family and everything, but it's like I'm so busy. I feel like wrong for leaving.
Yeah. Well, thank you for joining us,
Oh,
Norma.
yes.
And if you guys want to join us, we will be
Stay
outside
tuned.
for the after
We're going
talk.
to be doing the cool down conversation
yes,
right
please.
now. So
And 3, 2,
don't
1, go.
anywhere. All right. So now that we're here, we're at the cool down. We've taken a minute to set up the mics and cool off because you guys, was that not especially hot?
That was,
Yeah.
I don't know what it was.
Really hot today. I felt it in a different way.
It must be
Maybe-
Norma's presence.
She's so hot.
She graced us with her hotness.
That's it.
No, seriously, I was in there and I felt like my brain was thumping inside.
Yeah, you do feel the pulsating of the brains.
Yeah, of the brains, both of them.
the both.
Yeah, that's why,
why
like, that last question, I was like, I don't even know how to answer this right now.
Yeah, it really does mess with you, and you have to. You're like, why am I thinking so long about this question that I normally
my brain
would answer right
went
away?
into, like, survival mode.
It is.
Yeah.
You really are in survival.
No,
mode, yeah.
it really does affect the way you think for sure. So now that we are cooled off, thinking a little more clearly, now that you've been doing YouTube content, have there been particular videos or topics that people have been really into, but that you didn't expect them to be as into? Like, you might have posted the video and been like, okay, people might like this, and then they loved it, and the video really took off, and you're like, oh, wow, people really want to know about the best date spots or whatever it is.
Well, right now, my top ranking video is what not to do in Las Vegas. I didn't think it was gonna be anything big because it was just literally me reading off a script. Like, I would stand in a place, read off my script, and then I would stand over there and then keep talking. Like, I wasn't showing like food, I wasn't acting out anything, and I wasn't crazy editing or anything. So when that one took off, I was like, oh, okay. But I do think it was a thumbnail. So in the thumbnail, I'm doing 2 things that I say not to do. So one of them is that I'm walking barefoot. I'm in the middle of it's Las Vegas Boulevard, and you know the Paris Street, or
Yeah.
the one that goes from Paris to Bellagio. So I take off my shoes, I run to the middle of the street. My cameraman's like taking pictures of me, and I have heels in my hand. So I'm like doing that, and then people are like staring at me in the picture, so I kind of point them out.
For some context for people that have never been to Vegas, sometimes you'll see girls with their heels off, their shoes are off, they're just walking. Their feet are just completely black. It's pretty gross. People are just walking on the street with no shoes on.
Well, there's a lot of walking in Vegas. I
There
think
are.
when you come to Vegas, you can expect to walk a good amount. And I mean, I've talked with girlfriends who have been like, okay, like we're going out and my shoes and I, we're having a conversation. We're making a deal. Like we are sticking together throughout this whole night.
Yeah, it makes sense. Vegas is deceptively big. You're like, oh, it's a casino right there.
Right
and then
there.
like an hour
and
later.
then
you're
45
like,
minutes, an hour later, you're still walking, but
You're
it
just
looks like
dying,
it's only
yeah.
5 minutes
It
away.
does.
Because you can see it. And so I think something about just being able to see it, you have the illusion that it's closer than
Right.
it actually is.
because
like
the
the-
buildings are so big.
The depth
Yeah.
perception here is really bad.
Yeah.
But yeah, at least here in Vegas and amongst locals for sure, seeing women with their shoes off is frowned upon.
Right.
You know, so definitely don't do it. I mean, it's in the end, you look worse walking down the strip barefoot than with flats. You know, so
Yeah.
wear your
Right.
flats, wear something comfortable. Because yeah, there's piss on these streets, guys. There's piss. There's like throw up because people were like, you know, partying all night. And if you walk into a casino and
If you walk. You're like,
Sorry.
as you're walking, you're just walking.
Yeah.
Just making some-
If you walk into a casino and security sees you without your shoes off,
Yeah.
they will tell you put it back on.
Oh, no
Doesn't matter
kidding.
how much in pain you are.
I didn't know that
you
they would
have
do
to
that.
do it. Yeah.
Wow.
Interesting. I've seen those flats that I think are sometimes sold in vending machines because you can fold them up and there's a design to be really thin and foldable so women can put them in their purse.
That's
And
genius,
then,
yeah.
isn't that so smart? I haven't actually tried them, but I remember seeing that and being like, huh, I can definitely see a good use case for that
Yeah,
product
they're like,
to exist.
I think they sell them like by the bathrooms. They're like
Oh, man.
$25 or something like
No
that.
kidding.
And
$25. Jeez.
I mean, when you're in pain,
Right.
That's right. You'll pay for
it's
anything,
worth
yeah.
it.
Speaking of
Good
pain, have you ever had a fan hit on you or sort of ever approach you and try to date you or anything like that? Do you have any fun, interesting dating stories from being a YouTuber?
So, kind of. Okay, so like one time I was doing a live stream. So I actually do like to go out and live stream, usually once
On the
a week.
strip?
Yes, I'll
Okay.
walk around and people just like seeing the strip. You know, it's
They'll join you and they'll be like, I want to watch Norma, where she's going, what she's
yeah,
doing.
and it's just because they miss Vegas so much. So just it feels like to them it feels like they're walking the strip themselves, and
Right, yeah, they can live vicariously through you.
yeah. And I try to, I talk to my chat and everything, and it's really cool. So there was this one time, this guy came up to me, and he said, he was like, "Can I have an Insta date with you?" And so, okay, let me kind of back up
I
a
don't
little.
know what
See-
that is.
Yeah, neither do
So,
I.
well, first he came up to me. He was like, "Hey, Norma, like I followed you on your live stream. Like I just want to like take a picture and say hi." I'm like, "Yeah, for sure." So we took a picture, and then like a little bit later, I guess he finds me again, and we're walking like by the Link Promenade, and he's like, "Can I have an Insta date with you?" And I was like, "What's that?" And mind you, I still have my live stream in my hand, going on.
Yeah.
He's like, "It just means that we just have a mini date right now. We walk, we talk, maybe get a drink or something." And I have my live stream in my hand, about 1,000 people watching, and I'm not gonna be like, "Yeah, okay, bye guys. I'm gonna,
I wonder what
I'm
the
gonna go off with
comment-
this guy."
What was
Sure.
the comment
Okay,
section looking
I'm
like?
gonna tell you in a second. So I have my live stream with me, and I'm like, okay, but only if they come. So a few things. First of all, I don't know this person,
Right.
So it's kind of like, well, I'm not. I don't know. It's for safety reasons. So
But he
I-
clearly knew that you were Norma, you're a creator.
Yes.
Yeah.
Mhm. So I'm like, okay, only if they come. So we start walking, and he just starts trying to talk to me, and I tell the live stream, like, okay, guys, what do you want me to ask him? And they were so, their questions. Okay, one of them was like, ask him if he likes pepper spray to the face,
Ooh.
or like stuff like that. Like they were
Oh,
being
gosh.
mean,
Yeah.
because
They
don't-
interrupted their
in a
hangout
sense.
session. Yeah.
Yeah, he interrupted my conversation with the
Yes,
chat and
yes.
everything. And I think it's just, they don't want me, next to some guy
Right.
or whatever. So eventually I kept seeing comments saying like, ditch this guy,
Right.
whatever. And I told the guy, hey, is it okay if we only have a few more minutes? And then, I got to get back to my live stream.
Right.
And then he was like, okay, well, thank you so much and everything. He left, and I went back to my live stream. I was like, guys, that was rude.
Yeah.
No, and I said, if any of you guys came up to me in the middle of me live streaming and you said, hey, can I walk with you? I'm not going to tell you no.
Right.
You know, so, you know, it's just the way they're protective, I guess. Right. So that was like one funny interaction.
You went on a date though with a subscriber.
Oh, okay. Yes and no.
What was the story about you going on a date with a subscriber?
Okay, so ever since the beginning, so remember when I said that in that night I thought of 50 ideas? That was one of the ideas, is like going on a date with a subscriber. But I'm not going to do that when I have 1,000 subscribers. Like I wanted to really build a fan base first.
Right.
So I waited a really long time because I did that video in February 2022, and I kind of chose that time because I was like, hey, Valentine's Day is coming. Let me have this video set for that so it can give people date ideas.
Right.
So again, I'm trying to do more like acting out these things versus here's 5 things you could do on a romantic date.
Sure.
So I had thought about like, okay, I want to take out a subscriber. It was kind of hard trying to choose someone, first of all, because again, I don't know this person.
Right.
You know, so I had asked one of my friends, his name is Vegas Must Try. He's also a YouTuber. I was like, hey, like, do you have a whole bunch of guy friends? Do you know anybody that, you know, follows me? And he was like, actually, yeah, I do. So, he gave me this guy's number. We were texting, like for a little bit just to see how we were and everything. Sure. But I did not meet him until the day of the date on camera.
Wow.
So I had a whole day planned. I had everything from like food to attractions to a whole bunch of things. And it was funny because I had my cameraman with me. So it was really like, it was me, him, and my cameraman. So it was a little awkward.
Right.
But we met up in front of the Mirage. They have like this Siegfried and Roy statue with the lion.
bronze one.
Yes.
Yeah.
So I had told my cameraman, okay, I'm going to stand right here.
It's the police coming from that guy that...
Yeah, there you go.
They heard your story.
Like, where is he?
So I told my cameraman, okay, here is the microphone. Go give it to him.
Yeah.
And you're going to walk with him to until we meet. So our reactions were real of how we met. It was so awkward, but I was like, I want that awkward energy for the video because I want people to feel like they're on a first date or something like that. So yeah, I took him with me. I had a cameraman with me the entire time.
Did you guys have fun?
It was actually really fun because to me, I love throwing dates.
Sure.
At least I think I'm pretty good at them. At least.
No, of course.
You know, it's always cool to surprise someone.
Right.
So I surprised him. At one point, I actually blindfolded him and made him walk through all of Caesar's Palace. So from the parking garage through the casino, all the way outside to go see Absinthe. So he was like blindfolded the entire time.
Wow.
So that was really cool. But I mean, we actually did a second video too, where I said, okay, this time you're gonna take me out on a date, and we're gonna do the same thing. I'm not gonna know what's gonna.
So there was a follow-up video to that first date where he
Mm-hmm.
planned everything.
Correct,
Interesting.
yes.
And how was that?
That was cool too. I mean, it was a little weird for me because I wasn't in control.
Right.
So that part I didn't like.
And I feel like your date must have been a tough act to follow because you're the perfect person to plan a day of date activities in Vegas because you know all the best fun things to do. Like, I bet he felt pressure. He was like, oh my gosh, like Norma knows everything in Vegas. Like, he's probably watching your videos being like, what does she like? What does she not like?
I know. Well, here's the thing though, is that, and I didn't know about him until the date. He actually does not like the Strip.
Oh.
So when it was his turn to take me out, we did everything but the Strip.
Oh.
He's a cool guy. We only did the dates.
Did you guys connect? Yeah.
We're cool as friends, but we didn't.
It didn't go anywhere.
We didn't actually date.
Yeah.
You know, we did the dates for the video, and that's it.
Right.
Mm-hmm.
So,
yeah. That is a cool thing about taking a subscriber on a date is that you do have that interaction filmed, especially because of your commitment to making it so authentic, and you're having the cameraman walk with him and even filming the awkwardness of first meeting because it's real. It's what it's really like when you meet someone for the first time. So if you ever do more videos like that in the future, if you end up finding your person, I mean, what a cute thing to be able to look back on and be like, oh, this is like the exact moment that we met.
Exactly. Yeah, you have it like filmed. It's almost like getting a proposal filmed or something.
Yeah, it's actually the moment Dylan and I met is on camera.
Ooh, very nice.
Oh, that's neat. Yeah.
Because it was for
We watch it on anniversaries.
Yeah, we do.
Oh, that's cute, actually.
We do. It was on the set of this local late night downtown talk show at the time.
Did you guys zing the first time you met? Did you know at that moment you guys were for each other, or is it over time
it
you
looks
discovered?
like pretty awkward energy when we rewatch it. It doesn't feel like anything was destined. But
okay.
Later that night we went to we danced.
You danced, okay.
I think there was something there for sure, but I also think that we were both in a work mindset at the time. Dylan was hosting the show. I was there doing magic, talking about magic.
It felt chemistry as soon as we stopped working. And
Okay.
the after party started very quickly. We were like, hey, flirty flirt, you know.
Absolutely.
That's cool.
No, I think we got along really well from the very beginning. We were just both focused on like, hey, let's make this a great interview. And then I think once we got to really connect and talk afterwards, that's when.
Would you ever consider going on a date with a subscriber again?
I don't know, honestly.
Okay.
I don't know. Just because, again, it's
a hard thing to do.
It is. It's very risky.
It is.
And then also the only reason I felt okay going out with this person is because
it was
my
vetted through a friend.
It was through a friend.
Yeah.
Yes.
Which meant it wasn't a real subscriber. No, that's a really cool concept. Do you have any other interesting ideas that you think you're going to do in the future?
Oh man. Okay. So there is one kind of similar to like brocation, which is me dressing up as a guy. I want to do seniorcation, where I dress up as an old person.
Ooh.
And I do everything from like I rent a wheelchair, or like a scooter. I rent a scooter. We try to walk. Yeah.
You're gonna get a wheelchair?
I'm gonna a scooter. Yeah. So because that's how a lot of them get around.
So when you say scooter, you mean like a motorized? Got
like
it.
a motorized wheelchair.
When I think scooter, I just think back to my childhood of like those razor scooters.
Oh, no.
Like,
That's
a
cool
scooter.
That'd be a really cool scooter. But yeah, so I'm gonna dress up as an old lady, and I'm gonna rent a scooter and like try to walk the strip and take the elevators. I'm gonna see if there's any places that have senior lunch specials, or I'm gonna maybe go to Rod Stewart or Menopause the Musical, something that like I think older people would like, because they need to know what to do. Or even like helpful things would be like taxis. So because you're in a scooter and you want to get, let's say you're all the way at the Strat and you need to get to Mandalay Bay, you need to know that there's actually vans that can hold on to the scooter in the back while it takes you over there. And a lot of people don't know about that. Right. So I just kind of want to inform them, besides on doing fun things, on how to get around.
That's really good to know.
Do you have any financial tips, or are there any like financial secrets to Vegas, or coupon codes, or like discounts or anything for people when they go places? Like, one of the things I envision you as a creator doing, and I'm sure you've thought of this so many times, but whether you go to a restaurant or to a show and it's like, oh, I mentioned Norma's name, they get 20% off, or something like that. Is there any kind of hookup that you have or you plan on doing?
I do want to do that more. So far, I think I only have one place that does that for me. So there's this place called Letty's, which is a Mexican restaurant. It's on like Charleston and Maine.
Okay.
So if you mention my name, I think you get like 10 or 15% off your whole bill.
Oh, that's cool.
So, but I do want to eventually get more places to do that, so that way they, it gives them more business too.
Like, imagine a little booklet of all the things Norma does, and it's like all of these cross collaborations and integrations that you have with bars, clubs, restaurants, shows. It's like you have your promo code that gives them 10% off, and maybe the savings that the venues get, you get, say, 50% of.
So yeah,
that would be pretty cool.
I would love to do something like that.
And then that could be part of your Patreon, and then for, let's say, $10 a month, they get access to that booklet. So when they come to Vegas, it's like hundreds of dollars worth of value that's baked into that promo.
True.
That'd be so cool.
Yeah, I think it would be super cool. I kind of have something in the works that I don't really have anything finalized yet, but I do want something like that. I think my dream would be to have cocktails at different restaurants that like, I want the Norma cocktail, and you go to each of the restaurants, and it's different at every restaurant. So it could be like at a barbecue place, I could have like a spiked lemonade tea or something, or like at a fancy place, it could be a martini or something cool like that.
If you could define yourself as a drink, what would it be?
define myself as a drink.
Like if they're like, okay, Norma, we're gonna make the Norma drink. What kind of drinks does it include in there?
So I know that I don't like sweet drinks.
Okay.
Not super sweet.
Those are my favorite drinks.
Really?
I just like girly sweet drinks. Every time they're like, well, what do you want? Let me just give me the girliest drink you have. That's what I always get.
Oh, man. So, I mean, if it has to be a cocktail, I kind of like stuff like Palomas.
Okay.
Maybe. I really do love dirty martinis because it's savory and I love savory food. But yeah, something that's like a little sweet. Like a Paloma is not too bad. And it has tequila, which I love tequila.
Okay.
Something around there, some like a cool fruit juice.
Did you like the apple martini I got the other week?
Yeah, it's okay.
Right. It was all right.
Yeah.
I really like the one that Corey got. I forget what was it? The Negroni?
I think so.
Yeah, that
like
one was so
Negroni
good.
style.
That one was so good. Yeah.
Yeah, I do like so before I would ask for champagne and a splash of Malibu. So it was like a little bit sweeter of a champagne, but that messes you up real quick.
Right.
Do you know, just yesterday, I was filming some videos and we went to the underground at the Mob Museum, which is the secret speakeasy. It's really fun. You walk up to the door and they peek out, they move this thing so that you just see their eyes and they ask for the secret password.
What's the password?
You enter, it changes all the time.
Oh, it changes all the time, okay.
Yeah. But you give them the password, you enter, and then they have some drinks, and the presentation for the drinks is really cool. There's a drink that you can get that is served inside a book. Ooh. So you open up the book and there's a flask inside, and there's another one that's in a little bathtub. Like actually it looks just like a tiny bathtub. I love fun presentations or drinks that feel like experiences in some way. Like, okay, last shameless plug of this podcast, but at the show, we did this. We recently celebrated 500 shows, and I think it was at our 100th show where we introduced, hi Rito, hello. We introduced a drink that is called the Illusion, and so the concept is that it looks purple and sparkly. So if you see a drink and it's this purple color and sparkles, you kind of imagine it'll have this berry taste, but actually it ends up tasting just like chocolate cake. And so I love drinks and foods that feel like an experience, and I feel like Vegas is great with that too.
For me, I would say one of my most enjoyable things to do in Vegas is circus, because I'm a child at heart, and I really like the Adventure Dome, and I think that's one of the coolest places. Even though it's pretty dingy in there, I just feel like it's such a fun place. So many arcades and so many cool rides. Maybe it's probably more sentimental to me, but I feel like it's fun no matter how old you are.
No, I agree, because when I think I've been coming to Vegas since I was probably 3 years old, since before I could even remember. And a lot of the times we would stay at Circus. And yeah, like it would be the whole family, my cousins. And yeah, they would be, we would be out at the Adventure Dome or we would be at the Midway. Same thing. There is like sentimental value to me too.
Yeah.
If they were to demolish the Circus, I think I would cry.
Aww.
I think like, because I'm a YouTuber, I would probably be there at the explosion live streaming but I would be bawling my eyes out at the same time.
For sure. Yeah. And if you're in Vegas on Halloween time, Circus also this thing called the Fright Dome, which is pretty fun. You go in there, and it's dark, and you just get scared. It's just jump scares.
I'm good.
I've done it, and it was so much fun. Circus Fright Dome.
I'll have to try that sometime.
Yeah.
That sounds like fun.
Yeah.
That's cool. Yeah, I always love Halloween time. It's a very magical time of year. Just magical vibes. And before we wrap up our cool down, switching gears a little bit, I would love to ask just about your growth on YouTube, because you've really grown a loyal following in a relatively short amount of time. And I'm curious what that journey looked like. Was it all of a sudden from the beginning you knew it was getting traction, or were there certain inflection points where you changed your strategy or the kinds of videos you were making? Like, just what was that journey like for you? What were the ups and downs potentially looking like?
So it did happen kind of fast, but it was because, again, it had to do with the whole quarantine thing. You know, during quarantine, everybody said, oh my God, I just want a vacation. And you know, we came back from quarantine, it was like June, and a lot of people wanted to come to Vegas. So that's when I had already had the idea of like, I'm going to do a Vegas channel. So first I did a video about what Vegas looked like in quarantine. which is super eerie. Just seeing the Strip boarded up, like it would look like a zombie land.
Yeah, it was terrifying.
Yeah, it was really crazy. So I had that like lined up. I did it for downtown. I had the reopening of because it wasn't all the casinos. I had the reopening of what some of the casinos reopened and how it looked like having all these glass partitions in between the tables and everything. And then so that kind of got a little bit of like, that helped a little bit because of that. And then also I had a video, it was called Cheapest Breakfast in Vegas, which I had no idea was going to blow up. Like I had less than 1,000 subscribers for sure. And then I wake up and that video is at 10,000 views. I'm like, what the heck? And then like a few hours later I check and it's 20,000, 30, and like it goes up. And I think in one day it probably got to 100,000 views.
Wow.
And this is someone who has 8 videos.
Yeah.
Wow. Now, what do you think it was in retrospect about that video?
I guess people like cheap breakfast. I have no idea, honestly. I think it was because of my thumbnail too. I was like, and then I had like a plate and then my mouth was open. I don't know. I think it was an aesthetic thumbnail. But it was
good. I won't argue with that.
Yeah. But it was after that where I kind of started gaining more traction. And then something that I feel that changed, well, besides my editing, I got better because I edit all my videos. Now I'm getting help, but I would edit all my videos. I also started changing the style, as in before I would have scripts and I sounded like a newscaster.
Right.
And I don't want that. I don't want to sound like that. Like people would tell me in the comments, oh, you would be great for the news. And I'm like, that's not what I want to sound like.
Right.
So I kind of changed that. I tried to make it a little bit more natural, more vlog style, or even have like a cameraman. A cameraman helps so much. Definitely.
For your content, yeah.
Yeah, because it's like, okay, so we're going here and, you know, they're following me. So I just feel like it looks more dynamic. It looks better. It's not as boring.
Right. That makes sense. And especially when you have a lot to focus on, if you're out filming, to be able to share the responsibilities involved with somebody else so it doesn't all fall on you. So you're not thinking about what am I saying and where are we going and is the light right and is the sound coming out correctly and all of those things.
And then my cameraman too, they can pay attention to what I'm saying and be like, hey, you said that too much. You said that wrong. That made no sense. It's very helpful.
That is nice to have, a second set of ears, especially once they get used to working with you and you with them.
I really admire that you started a channel when it was during COVID and during the lockdown, because I feel like so many people go throughout their lives saying that if only I had more time, I would find time to go to the gym or to do my hobbies or start my business. And I've seen the lockdown happen in real time, and some of the people around me who had all the time in the world now at that point, because everyone was let go or no one was coming into work, and all they did was just stay indoors and they didn't do anything productive with their time. And for some reason that just made me realize that there are two kinds of people. I mean, there's many more kinds than two, but it's, you know, there's people that will use that time to build something and be productive and build a business like you were able to. And then some people, no matter how much time you give them, they're just never going to start. And it's cool that you were able to do that and not use it as an excuse. And even when you had your job, you're still doing YouTube, which is so hard to do. To have a full-time job and to be a creator is so hard.
Yeah, for sure.
You made it work, which was, I think, it's a rare thing. So I suppose what I'm trying to say is, you know, what people think are their limiting things about not starting something, whether it's quarantine or not enough time or their job, it's probably more of an excuse rather than anything real.
That's true. Yeah. I mean, I do believe that quarantine brought out the hustle in a lot of us.
Yeah.
So I almost feel like because of quarantine, you discovered if you have the hustle or not.
Yeah, exactly.
So I'm not saying that, oh my God, I have this hustle. It's just, I felt like I was almost forced into it.
Right.
Because I was so unsure and I didn't want to just, oh, it's going to be fine. I'm going to have my job back. Because let's say if I wouldn't have started YouTube, I would have made $100 a week.
Right.
You know, and I would have had to, you know, relied on unemployment, which barely paid anything.
But the point is, you still found a way to make it work, even when you had a job, and especially when you had the time after the quarantine. And I see people sometimes that I know want to do things, but they don't because they think their job is their what's limiting them. And I feel like the quarantine really exposed the difference between the two kinds of mindsets, I suppose. So, so if you want to start something, your YouTube or your business or whatever it is, I feel like it's always a good time, no matter when. And it's cool that you were able to do it. I appreciate you coming on.
Yes, thank you for being here with us.
Yeah, thank you for sharing us all the Vegas secrets and your YouTube secrets.
Thanks.
You can check out Norma's channel on YouTube. We'll drop a link down below. Thank you guys for watching, and we'll see you in the next one.
See you next time.
We're going to thank Rito, too.
Oh, yes, thank
Rito.
you, Rito.
Added to the atmosphere.
Woof.
Bye, boys. Rito.
Do you think Rito with the woof?
Bye, boys.
Well, I'm trying to
Rito.
speak dog.
Gets a treat later.
Rito, come here. Come here, boys.
Rito. Rito, Rito. Rito, Rito. Rito.
Rito likes to thank you. He's asking you to subscribe.
Rito.
That's his way of telling you to subscribe.
You should put a voiceover saying, subscribe to Norma Geli. But yes, thank you for not letting me pass out.
Yeah, that was great. You made it.
That was great. Such a fun conversation.
Thank you.